What happened 10 minutes ago between Nnamdi Kanu and the court will shock you. All right, my dear listeners, it's been wonderful today in court. Nnamdi Kanu, in fact, spoke even more than a judge and more than a lawyer. The IPOP leader prepared himself to the court today, and believe me, it was unbelievable. Justice Omotosho didn't believe what was revealed before him today. I thought Justice Omotosho claimed that he is going to do the unbelievable. He is going to pass the unbelievable judgment against the IPOP leader. Oh my good God. You won't believe what the IPOP leader did today in court. In fact, everybody was amazed and everybody was surprised at his defense. Yes. As it is right now, the IPOP leader appeared in court today, full of life and full of energy. And you need to listen to what he said to Justice Omotosho and the whole entire court why he was on the dock. I'm taking you into the courtroom for you to hear it all because this guy really talk in mind. He talk and finish. He talk everything clearly. Now listen.
Do something, do it. And you're just in conclusion. And you wonder why God cost you useless life. You don't know what justice means? You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless black African people. You don't know justice. Your constitution says you cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want to talk to me now. Show me the written law. Are you okay? Don't try that. Don't try that rubbish. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court judgment you don't respect. Then why we in a court of law? Why we in a court of law, I ask? Nonsense. If you think people can ask you to join me and you join me, you are dreaming. You are dreaming. I'm telling you that you are dreaming. I agree.
Wow, my dear.
What really happened in court today shocked a lot of people.
I was impressed. In fact, Justice Omotosho himself didn't believe it. He said, I told you people that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came in today prepared, and it was a shocker. You see, Nnamdi Kanu started his defense by first of all quoting from the Constitution, making them to know that everything he has been saying right from the day he began defending himself is from their Constitution. And believe me, the federal government of Nigeria didn't follow the Constitution. Why he, who is not even in Nigeria, is following the Constitution? Now, you won't believe what actually made Nnamdi Kanu to get furious. Just Omotosho still released the same threat, which attracted Nnamdi Kanu into getting very angry, and so decided to open the book of law and the constitution before the court. You can, of which you heard him saying, "Life without any fear." Now, listen.
Legal ground the case stands on. After several minutes of back and forth, the judge reluctantly told Kanu to go ahead and read the charges himself. And this is where the real twist happened. When Kanu began to read those charges aloud, it became clear that something was not right. Some of the laws mentioned in those charges were not even active anymore. Observers in the courtroom started murmuring, and you could see the lawyers on both sides exchanging looks. If you are watching right now, I say, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because what I'm about to tell you next will make you understand why the judge decided to fix judgment for November 20th. As Kanu continued reading, he pointed out that the law cited in the charges had already been repealed, meaning it no longer exists. It was like reading from an old book that has already been replaced by a new one. The judge didn't look happy at all. You could see a bit of frustration, maybe even anger, because this kind of revelation could slow down the entire case. The courtroom fell silent again. Everyone was waiting for what the judge would say next. After a moment, the judge simply said that judgment would be delivered on the 20th of November. Just like that, no long speech, no more argument. That statement alone meant that something serious was coming. For a case that has lasted this long, that's a big move. Now let's pause and think for a second. This question of which law applies is not a small one. In any criminal trial, the court must make sure that the charges are built on a valid law. If the law is not valid, then the whole case becomes shaky. That's why this issue is so important. And if you understand this point, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next updates, because things are getting really interesting. Kanu's move today wasn't just about defending himself, it was about testing the legal foundation of the whole case. He's basically saying, you can't try me under a law that doesn't exist. That argument can be very powerful in court. If the court agrees with him, the case might collapse. If the court disagrees, then the trial will move on to the next stage. But either way, what happened today could change everything. People who were inside the courtroom said the judge looked tired of delays. For months, the prosecution has been asking the court to force Kanu to open his defense, but Kanu's team keeps insisting that there is nothing to defend because there's no valid law behind the charges. Today, he repeated that argument directly to the judge. And instead of continuing with the trial, the judge fixed a date for judgment. That alone tells you that we are reaching the final part of this long legal journey. Please, if you are following this story and want more updates like
Yes, it's finally a welcomed decision. The judge has finally agreed to, to listen to the prosecutor's advice. The prosecutor actually spoke to the judge early today that it's taking time. It's better this very case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is closed and judgment be delivered, because continuous delay of this very trial could be even more dangerous. Now, what is really touching me here is, okay, now the final judgment has been fixed on the 20th. On the 20th of November, what do you think on your part that is going to be the judgment of Justice Omotosho? The judgment of Justice Omotosho must, on my own part, be according to the Constitution. Because since the beginning of this hearing, I never saw any of the charges levied against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being followed by the Constitution. Because if they are to follow the Constitution, Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have been called back to court after the Supreme Court has already declared him free, yes, and acquitted. So that very Constitution was ignored. I'm telling you. It means that it was ignored. Nnamdi Kanu was called back to court when it's not supposed to, after the Constitution and the law has declared him free and acquitted. My dear listeners, I must tell you that the federal government has really made a mess of themselves and a caricature of their government. And I don't know what may likely be the final declaration or what's going to be Tinubu's decision. All right. Please, my dear listeners, I would really like you to give this a quick recognition, like, subscribe, and also quickly share this video. Let everyone be enlightened. I'm informed about all that has transpired today. Please, thank you.